Hello and welcome to another video from me, Rough Swordsman Wargamer. It's an open the box and it's an unboxing of the second expansion for Space Empires. It is Space Empires Replicators, designed by Jim Krohn and published by GMT Games in 2017. So let's see what this is about. Space Empires Replicators is the second expansion in Space Empires 4X. There are four major parts to this expansion. Replicators. Von Neumann machines or replicators are self-replicating machines. They have been added to the game and may be played by one player in the game. So much more than just adding a fifth player, they add an empire that plays completely differently than a normal empire. It is simpler to play, but it has its own challenges and difficulties. They behave, research and reproduce differently from other empires, and they have their own empire advantages. Terrain tiles. Hex-sized terrain tiles have been added for planets, asteroids, nebulae and other permanent terrain effects. 6 whole sheets and 120 tiles. When an exploration marker reveals a terrain effect that stays on the map, the exploration marker is removed and replaced by a tile. This gives the map a nice visual effect and creates more room in the hexes. Resource deck. Each player is dealt his own random resource deck at the start of the game. These cards can be used as an event or turned in for CP. Some cards impact battles, exploration, economics, almost every aspect of the game. They add some unpredictable twists and can impact your strategy. New ships and terrain. More stuff has been added, including the Galactic Capital, which comes with its own scenario, regional map, space pirates, fold in space, battle carriers, fighter fours, advanced destroyers, advanced raiders, 2 new Empire advantages, 2 new alien tech cards, and some additional and corrected counters. The system is exactly the same, but more awesomeness is added. There we go, there's the resource deck cards, and these I'm looking forward to, these terrain tiles. So, once again, it says here, note, no board. Ownership of the original game Space Empires 4X is required to play. And ownership of the first expansion, Space Empires Close Encounters, is recommended. Right, so what do we get in here? We get 2 counter sheets, which are once again 5/8 in size, 6 terrain tile sheets, 120 tiles, deck of resource cards, 4 player A cards, production pad for the replicators, production pad no facilities, production pad facilities, and combined rule and scenario book. Units 1 to 6 ships or squadrons. Time 1 year per economic turn. Players 1 to 5. Ages 14 plus. Game designer Jim Krohn. Game developer Oliver Upshaw. Art director Roger B. McGowan. Usual crew of executive producers. Production coordinator Tony Curtis. Tile art Michael Evans. Cover art Eric Williams. Package and logo design Roger B. McGowan. And on the game meter, complexity 4 out of 9, and the solitaire suitability 9 out of 9. Right, let's get the shrink wrap off. The shrink wrap is off, so let's open the box. Again, a nice thick sturdy box, 2 inches. Right. And the first thing we see are the rules, so we'll get those out and have a look at those. See if we can zoom in a bit. There we go. So this comes in at 27 pages. Great artwork. So what have we got? We've got the scenarios in here as well, by the looks of it. And there's a Replicator Solitaire rules section. That's good. So introduction, rule changes and clarifications, rules that are changing in Space Empires versions 1.1, 1.2, changes that are changing in Close Encounters. I think we've got the 1.2 version, so this is for us here. And for Close Encounters. So some rule changes there, using the terrain tiles, advanced construction, I see, right. And here are the new Alien Tech and Empire Advantage cards. And the resource cards. There they are. Looks like they're listing the whole lot. So that's helpful when you want to know what they mean. Replicators, von Neumann machines. Movement and colonization, production. Combat and research. Strategy, advice, balancing. Replicator Empire advantages. Additional counters. There are 38 counters provided in the game that do not have rules for them. The 37 counters that are labelled DYO on their revealed side are to cover lost, damaged counters or to allow the players to add their own ship terrain rules to the game. 38th counter is the second replicator control marker. By the rules, the replicator will only ever need one of these markers, as they cannot capture ships and can only hire one pirate at a time. The second is provided as a courtesy. Right. Scenarios. So it's all in the one book this time. Scenarios using the Space Empire map. 5-player. What have we got? 5-player deep space, 5-player tight. 3 versus 2, 2 versus replicators. Scenarios using the Talon map. So if you've got Talon, you can incorporate that into this game. Sequence of play during combat and movement. Replicator Solitaire. Setup and general information. Initiative, exploration and exploration ships. Movement. Missions. Combat. Economic phase and replicator advantages. So quite heavy on the solitaire side of things, and finishes off with the credits again. Okay, them's the rules and scenarios. Fleet extermination, exploitation and assimilation card. And 4 player aids. So we'll have a look at one of those. What have we got here? The Replicators ship chart. This should all be familiar to those already playing the game. And the research chart on the back here. There we go. 3 pads. Not quite so thick as normal, but we can, photocopy these. So this is the Replicators production sheet, research centers. And on the other side, whoops, we've got ship technology sheet. This one, no research centers. Once again, the ship technology sheet. And replicator production sheet. That's single-sided. Now there are 6 sheets of terrain tiles. And here they are as the first one. So these are all the planets for the different colours. They look good, don't they? And on the other side, asteroids, barren planets. Oh, they're popping out. Let's have a look at one. They'll make the board look good. There's the second one, some more planets. Sheet 3. I'll probably be using these before I get a chance to read the other expansion rulebooks because they look really good. Sheet number 4, Black Hole. Nebula. Nothing on the back of those. There we go. Some more asteroids and nebulae. Again, single-sided those, I think. And here's the last one. Supernova, warp points, folds in space. Some black holes and that on the back. Lovely. That's the terrain tiles. 2 counter sheets. Here's the first one. So that's those DYO, I think, across the pond. Does that mean do your own? We call it DIY, do it yourself. But that could mean something completely different. Ooh. Heroic badges there. They did say some are replacing incorrect counters, so I'm not sure which ones are those. We'll have to have a look at that. There we go. That's the first sheet. These must be the replicators. Oh, crikey, they put another doomsday machine in. Oh dear. There we are. And just to finish off, in the bottom of the box, there's an insert with some baggies. And here's the deck of cards, so we'll have a look at those. So here's the Replicators Empire Advantage deck. So that's those. A couple of cards for the close encounters. Empire Advantage deck, On the Move and Longbowman. Couple of Alien Technology cards. Onboard Workshop, Superhighway. And here's the Replicator Resource Cards deck. So I'll have a quick look through those. Can always stop the video, I suppose, and have a read. Again, thick card stock, but I shall be sleeving them anyway. Quite a few here. Spy on board. Alien reinforcements. The alien gate is down. Deep cover operative. Ooh. Update your charts. There you go, that's the cards. So this has been an Open the Box, an unboxing of the second expansion for Space Empires 4X, Space Empires Replicators, designed by Jim Krohn and published by GMT Games in 2017. If you are a fan of this game, at the time of videoing this, there is the third and final expansion on the GMT website for their P500s. So go along and check that out. Okay, hope you enjoyed that and it was of help. If you did, and it was, and you haven't done so already, it would be great if you would consider subscribing to the channel. Really does help. Push the like button of the video, that helps as well. And the bell if you want to be informed of other content the channel uploads. Leave a comment. If you own the game and the expansions, how are you enjoying it? And do you think seeing what you get in these expansions and the base game sort of tweaked your interest to give it a serious look? Or just say hi. I love to read them. Thanks as always to my subscribers. Thank you very much. And just before I go, if you want to support the channel a little bit further, well now you can buy the channel a coffee. And those coffees fuel the channel and greatly help to keep uploading content. If you want to check that out, see what it's all about, I'll leave a link in the description, and thank you. So, until next time, as always, you take care and goodbye.